What's up, guys? Lego the Pencil here. We are back for another edition of Tier List Tuesdays, and let's rank the Kingdom Hearts protagonists, the Kingdom Hearts heroes, Kingdom Hearts, whatever you want to call them. As you can see, we got a lot to rank. I'm just kidding. This is like an all characters tier list. I wanted access to all the characters, because typically when you look up Kingdom Hearts protagonists, you don't get every single character that was ever protagonist. And I'm doing everybody. But obviously I'm gonna get some lesser ones out of the way. Oh no! Like, did you even show up after the first game? I don't think so. Neither did you. But actually, I don't know. For some reason, I have a soft spot for all their fights on the island in Kingdom Hearts 1, so I'm fine with that. I'm gonna dodge those bullets for now. I mean, they're passable. They help out, and that's all I can give them. They're chipmunks. Like, what do I expect? Do I expect them to pull up a keyblade and just start swinging? No, but that'd be pretty cool. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I'd rather watch Ratatouille. Well, I couldn't even make the joke properly. Ugh, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay, am I really gonna do this? Am I really? That's the question. I'll do main protagonists of worlds. I was literally gonna go through, but I know for how long I'm probably gonna talk on like actual characters. If they're not the main protagonist of a world, then they're not getting mentioned. So let's move all the way to Alice. Alice is passable. Actually, no. Alice is a no, because I don't remember really much of anything of Alice in Kingdom Hearts 1. Like anything she did, and obviously she hasn't appeared since then, because Wonderland hasn't been in a Kingdom Hearts game since then. So like I don't really know what I'm supposed to say about Alice. Same thing. No, that's a villain. Same thing. Where is he? I could have sworn I saw him earlier. Tarzan. He just doesn't do it. Like when you're looking at the tiers, we got the true heroes, we got the great inspirations, we got the passables, we got the oh no's, we got the get out of the series. But like, he's not get out of the series worthy, but he's been out of the series, so I don't have to even tell him to get out. But I don't know, like, and if I'm being real, let me stop playing around. The only character that gets passable is like Hercules, because I kind of like his arc in Kingdom Hearts 2, even though it's not really an arc. He just gets sad, and that's the only one that's really passable. All the Disney main world protagonists, since we're essentially just following them through their narratives but abridged, none of them really get the time to do anything. I just think Alice is like the worst example of that, because she's not even a party member. At least every single other one of them is a part. Actually, you know, Jack is also passable, just because I really like Jack's personality, even in the game, and the way he works with Sora, Donald, and Goofy specifically. I think that's pretty cool. Phil, jeez, I'm very, very torn. Will I talk about that? I'm not sure if I'm ever going to talk about that. I actually am really torn on the new Kingdom Hearts art style. I think it looks a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they just need time to like polish and refine the models. I'd tell you, like, some of our main characters look really, really good, but then others just like transfer horribly to the Unreal Engine. Like pretty bad. Look at Phil. Actually, look at Phil. What is... Oh my... Look at him. Why? Ugh. Why you have to do my boy Phil like that, Nomura? But... Actually, I kind of miss... Aladdin. I know that... No, did they cover... I think technically they did. They covered the sequel in Cage 2. Is that all the Disney characters I want to address? I think that's all the Disney characters I want to address. Actually, no. Stitch, my boy Stitch is a true hero. Come on now, my G. He's the whole reason they even got into the Tron world. My boy Stitch is a true hero. Come on now, all the way back from Birth by Sleep to KH2. You know it's true. My boy Stitch is the man with the know-how to what to do. Come on, that's my boy Stitch. Why is this a character here? Is that actually its own individual character? I never knew that. Good enough. See, like, look, Nominate transfers really, really well into the Unreal Engine. But look at Larxene! Like, what? Oh, I guess I do have to address these. Elrena, like, it's a large scene, looking at it, but I'm referencing this Alrena. She just hasn't done anything yet, even in, like, Key, because the main focus is Marluxia, or Laurium, and I'll admit, I actually like Laurium's story in Key, because, you know, he's hunting for the person who killed a dead family member, and he found him alright, but did he, or did he not? The darkness is weird. I'm waiting for the next update. Let's see. I mean, you were never really a protagonist. You were never really a protagonist. No, you always were an antagonist, even when you were Luxu. That's the thing. A lot of the this is the thing you're gonna find that's common amongst organization members. Yeah, I'm gonna put them and get out the series because especially these two in particular, they lost so much once they weren't nobodies anymore. And unlike Zaldin, Lexius didn't have much to begin with, so they literally lost all things that made them interesting because of the fact that they no longer, they just don't do anything anymore. Like, it would have been so cool to see them like pull up, channeling back some of their old nobody powers, and like the fight in Kingdom Hearts 3, almost like, you know what I'm gonna say, like an Avengers Endgame moment where they would have pulled up and been like, yo, Sora, Donald, Goofy, you may have won last time, but now let us protect you, or some mess like that. Like, I feel like that would have been cooler, because them just stalking around Radio Garden is kind of boring. Vexen, he's passable. Once again, he lost a lot of his, he didn't have, that's the thing, once again, another nobody who didn't have much in his initial character, at least not much that I enjoyed. So when he suddenly became a good guy, I'm like, oh, I mean, that's cool. Redemption is nice, I guess, but like, he was ludicrously important. Like, I can't devalue him for that, but he just does, once again, he just doesn't have much once he becomes a protagonist. Same thing with the Enzo. Like, what? I mean, he made the vessels, and that's cool. That's relevant. Like, they needed the vessels, but other than that, I don't know. Like, same thing. Isa literally became a protagonist, like, at in the ending cutscene. that's when Isa became a protagonist. So while I do believe Isa has potential to do more, especially in the upcoming arcs, I don't think anything as a protagonist right now, he doesn't serve well. Y'all may get mad at me, but I also think, actually, it depends. Does he count? I'm gonna say Axel/Lee counts as a protagonist in 358. So if I give him 358, he is an amazing protagonist, and he's more anti-hero-ish in Kingdom Hearts 2. But even then, I'd say, yeah, he's a great inspiration because he's so out for his friends. This is like the first actual character I'll talk about in being serious. The lengths that Axel goes to for his friends is crazy. And I'm not talking about just his friends and Roxas and Shion. I'm talking about his friends. He still respects Saix to a degree. Sure, he still messes with him. But that relationship that he has with Roxas and Shion especially, where he's so focused on making sure they're okay, so focused on giving them a home, so focused on caring for them when no one else would or really could because they're nobodies. It's great to see Axel do that for really when he had no reason to. Like, what reason did Axel have to care? He didn't have any. But he was just like, you know what? These are two kids who need help, and I'm here to help. I'm Uncle Axel, and I like his interactions with them so much because he's literally like a dad. Straight up. He's just as the fandom portrays him, as like this cool dad who goes around killing your evil uncles and comes back and just like, hey kid, let's go get some ice cream. Good job on your mission today. He's so much positive reinforcement in 358. And even when he's playing a slightly more antagonistic role in KH2, given the context of 358, you understand why, and you can still view him as a protagonist. So I think he's very, very good. Is he true hero status? No, especially not when he becomes Lee. I know he had to come back because that's the rules. You destroy nobody and whatever their Heartless was, and you get the original person back. But I don't think Lee was a necessity. Or no, Lee getting a Keyblade wasn't a necessity. He did not have to be one of the Guardians of Light. You had enough. Actually, let me think. No, because if you want the 7 Guardians of Light to be Keyblade wielders, technically you don't have enough. But, man, I don't know. Lee getting a Keyblade, I don't think that was needed. I think he could have stuck with his chakrams. I understand why he lost the teardrops, but since that was such an integral part of Axel's design, even though this is Lee now, I'm like, he just looks, it's a weird, like, it's almost like his face is naked, or like he's missing details, which technically he is, because those were details on his face. And I get the story significance behind them and why they're gone now, but like, I don't know. I also feel like the Unreal Engine 4 did him a bit dirty too. Like, I don't know. I feel like I only feel that way because the original Kingdom Hearts style, especially in Kingdom Hearts 2, and what lasted all the way to Dream Drop Distance, it was so stylized in such a, it was very, very stylized in a way that I liked a lot. Like, every character had this unique feel to them. Like, they look at the organization members, they all have these like distinct presences to them, despite the fact that they're all wearing the same thing, and that's half due to the models and how they worked out. But that's neither here nor there. I think Axel is actually really, really good. He's a great inspiration. Be like Axel. Just don't snap your fingers and kill people with fire. That one's not the best. That one's not the best. Moving on to, once again, he just get out the series. Unless you're the Master of Masters. If you're the Master of Masters, stay in the series. Keep dropping hints. I would like that. That'd be hilarious. You or Sora. But other than that, get out the series, Demix. Because we still don't know Demix's real name. Which is why I feel like that's one of the main fuels behind the Master of Masters theory. And then there's also the theories that he's the player. Like, I'd be fine with that too. I just have questions. I'd have a lot of questions about it, but that's the thing. That's why I don't like Key. It's not over yet. It's not over yet, so I can't definitively say anything. And I have no idea when it's going to be over, because I know, because of Final Fantasy VII Part 2, Nomura's not going to be working on Kingdom Hearts 4 for like a decade. I'm not I don't know when you guys are expecting Kingdom Hearts 4, but I expect to be like 50 by the time. No, I'm kidding. I expect years to pass before Kingdom Hearts 4 we get a whiff. Y'all remember how long it took to get Kingdom Hearts 3? Do you? You remember how long it took to get Dream Drop Distance? Y'all remember how long it took to get Birth by... Okay, Birth by Sleep is only 3 years. But even still, I don't know. I feel... Man, we just need more story. We need Key to end. That's what we need. I'm getting so sidetracked. like we don't even know if Demic... Well, he's one of the people from 3,000 years ago. Oh, Luxor, do you ever count? I don't think Luxor ever counts. Like, no, he's always an antagonist. And even though he's... What's his name? I always keep forgetting. For some reason, I always, like, blank on Yozora's name at first, because I always want to call him Verum Rex, but that's the game he's from. But other than him being that driver, I don't think he counts as a protagonist. Y'all know where I'm putting Roxas. Like if y'all don't know why I like Roxas, I dropped like a 19-minute. I actually don't remember how long the video was. I feel like it was a hefty video. I dropped a whole video on why I like Roxas so much, his entire narrative. But to get into the Roxas is amazing. Roxas is the best. Conversation. Fantastic character, great interactions with pretty much every character he interacts with. He has wonderful interactions with Shion, wonderful interactions with Axel, wonderful interactions with Sora, wonderful interactions with Riku, wonderful interactions with Kairi of all characters, and you know only like 2 characters are allowed to interact with Kairi, so you know it has to be good if Roxas is one of the... Actually, 3 characters are allowed to interact with Kairi, so you know it gotta be good if Roxas is one of them. He brightens the room. And also darkens it, because he also has one of the most interesting power sets in the entire series. I think he and Riku alone, plus like Xemnas, I guess, but he's cheating. He's using nothingness. He's one of the only light and dark users in the entire series, and it's amazing to watch. Like, and specifically light and dark. Like, he's not actually he doesn't mix it. We don't actually get like nothingness or the realm in between stuff. We just get light and darkness, and that's so cool to watch. Wielding Oathkeeper and Oblivion because of his amazing just go watch the Roxas is the best video. It explains everything. I'm going to be talking very long about other characters. I won't go into it here. Man, Shion, man. I may just break my rules and upload 2 videos in a day to talk about Shion. Do I do it? No, it wouldn't go up today. But I may just have to talk about Shion. I need to talk about someone else. Ah, Shion. Shion. Yeah, like, man, Shion's good. Man, Shion's good. Once again, blank slate of a character. Literally has 2 game appearances. 3. Dream Drop Distance. And 4. Recoded. But no one talks about Recoded because Recoded didn't happen. Both in the context of the narrative and the real world. Recoded did not happen. But technically she's had 4 game appearances. The only main game appearances where she's actually had relevance as a character was 358. One of the best character narratives in all of Kingdom Hearts. Like, that's sad. How you be in the series from the first game, Kairi, and still be less developed than your imperfect replica that's not even that's barely based off you, is only based off his memories of you. How's she like a billion times better as a character than you, Kairi? Huh? Oh wait, no, that's not your fault, Kairi. That's the more. But still, man. Basically why I like Shion so much. Really interesting character growth. She went from a blank slate to a person with a full-blown personality, only to feel guilt-tripped by the fact that she was the one holding Sora back from reviving. She was causing so many people harm and trouble by keeping Sora back, and then she ended up having to go get her best friend to kill her, because she knew that either she had to kill him, or he had to kill her, but she didn't want to kill him, so he made... Wow. True hero. Like, for a person who has... Well, who isn't real. Like, Shion is Riku replica, just with more, like, uniqueness. For a person that is not real, that has really no stake in any matters concerning the heart, or concerning the worlds, like, she technically shouldn't care, that the sympathy on this girl, the sympathy from this woman, like, actually, think about that. She was willing to die for a person she just didn't really know about. All because... just because she felt bad. Like, wow. And while it was kind of mean that she got Roxas to kill her, I suppose the only other option was for her to kill Roxas and then go die. So I guess it'd be like that when it be like that sometimes. Especially when it be like that. Darn. Yes, I sold that from Lotus Sakura. Please go watch it. I say that like I have people... Just ignore that. But... yeah, that's about it for the organization. That was actually Protagonists. That's the thing. Like, I'm tackling this purely as protagonist perspective, and none of y'all were protagonists. Who? Yen Sid. I feel like Yen Sid. I feel like we need a flashback game. Like, a prequel to the actually, in Dark Road, I haven't played Dark Road. I didn't even catch up on the story of Dark Road, because I'm not even sure if that's releasing all at once or story updates, but I'm pretty sure it's story updates. And after Key, I just don't want to catch up on something and then be waiting for it month by month. And this is coming from a guy who loves reading manga, weekly manga, so I'm technically used to the wait, but man, I just don't like it. But the whole point of me even mentioning Key is, I feel like we need to see Yen Sid as a master. I need to see Yen Sid's Key. Oh, I'm assuming it was the Star Seeker, but I want to see young Yen Sid, young Disney. I want to see why he's so well renowned, why he's so well respected. Obviously, it's because he's a Keyblade wielder, like the Keyblade master of King Mickey. So obviously, he's important from that sense. But other than that, I really just can't figure out why my man has so much respect on his name. Like what else did he do? And the whole reason he's impassable is just because of what he did in Kingdom Hearts 3, where he held back all the Heartless. Other than that, he hasn't taught me how to teleport yet, and I don't like the gummy shit. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's really it with Yen Sid. Not much to talk about with him. Now, in terms of let me see. Who's left? That's not a main character, because I'm gonna go off on some of these main characters. Let me see. My computer is going insane with the fans. These 3, they're passable. I think Hainer is very, very funny, but if I'm not memeing, if I'm not going a bit crazy, going a bit stupid, participating in some grade A malarkey, then I have to be honest and just say they're passable. They don't do much, obviously, within the narrative. They're just regular kids. Like, honestly, I feel like I said it in the Kingdom Hearts, like, ranking all the characters video. I'm shocked that they aren't Final Fantasy characters. That's the one thing I respect him more for. He created 3 kids for his one unique world for no other reason than he wanted to. Hollow Radiant Garden doesn't have that. None of the original Kingdom Hearts worlds are there. A world that never was. Well, nobody's. But yeah, like as a group, they're just an interesting little anomaly. It's fun. It's amazing to me that they're not Final Fantasy characters. And of course, Hayner has that moment in Kingdom Hearts 3 where he was about to hit Ansem, and you see Ansem had to be on guard, meaning that if my calculations are correct, if Hayner had landed that kick on Ansem, he would have instantly one-shot him. And as you can see, Ansem, by scaling to the other members of the True Organization 13, should reasonably scale to Sora, who he also fought, and Sora then proceeded to fight Xehanort, wielding the power of the Keyblade, and that means that Xehanort is multiversal based off controlling the power that holds all the worlds, and thusly that means Hayner himself is multiversal, and Solo's your favorite No, I'm kidding. Where am I? Hayner versus your favorite No, I'm kidding. But am I though? Let's see. Once again, like, I understand why he became a protagonist after the fact, but Diz was way more interesting than Ansem. Just for the fact that, like, the redemption arc is cool, but Diz was cooler. That mask, his voice is still great regardless, but that man, he was just a much more interesting character. Actually, the Beast, I actually like the Beast. The Beast in Kingdom Hearts 1, I got here through willpower, Riku, and I'm like, swam across the worlds because you just felt like it because you knew he took Bell? That's pretty metal. It's pretty metal, Beast. You are a great inspiration. Not a true hero. Only Stitch is the true hero. Oh, and Roxas. And Roxas and Shion. Yep. Those are only true heroes. Now, moving on. Riku Replica. I mean, he got out the series. I say he's an Ono because I preferred him very much more as an antagonist, and I don't think he felt. It was so weird seeing him in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I know why he was there. I don't fully understand how almost Riku absorbed his fake heart, or when he fell to that darkness portal, he literally just was chilling in the realm of darkness, living his best life. But I don't. Protagonist Replica isn't that good. He shows up for so little and does so little. Moving on, Naminé. Like, look at how good they did her hair. Like, that's actually. I don't know why they did Larxene so dark. Is that the CG model? Did we ever? We did see Naminé in the in-game model. If that's Naminé's in-game model, that's amazing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not good with the pencil. I like art stuff, but actually, Naminé as protagonist is really, really weird. Because when do I start counting her as a protagonist? Because technically, she's an independent. I'm gonna leave her as a great inspiration. Whoa. I'm going to leave her as a great inspiration, but lower than Beast. I don't know, just because of her antagonistic role, and I'm not exactly sure when to pinpoint her flip to protagonist. Actually, no, I'll put her above. Do I put her above Laurium? I like her story's presentation better, so I'm going to put her above Laurium, and I also think her reasoning for what she did. Her reasoning for what she did was good. How she did it was cool. Her power set's cool. It's really, let me think. Are there many? Well, technically a whole bunch of Heartless and Nobodies can mind hacks, but like specifically like memory manip. That's a unique ability that you rarely ever think about, and I think that's very, very interesting for a character to have, and also just her circumstances are very interesting. And how Nomura. How is the nobody more interesting than the somebody? How do you make that? Actually, the same case with Sora. But how do you make that happen? Not once, but twice. Naminé is way more interesting than Kairi, and I will hear no debate. Wow. I really actually just thought about that. That's a little bit, that's a little bit crazy to process. It's a little bit crazy to process. But yeah, I think her point from where she flips in Chain of Memories to helping Sora, the way, honestly, it was pretty metal when she snapped Riku's heart, the Rikuplica's heart. That was pretty metal. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. All for the sake of protecting Sora. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Would snap again. And obviously the way she helps out Kairi in the world that never was. Very, very cool. I kind of wish Kairi did more on her own. I don't kind of wish. I heavily wish, but we'll get into Kairi later. Kairi later. So yeah, I think Nami's a great inspiration. I hope we see more of her in the next series. She spent a lot of time just chilling inside. I was about to say inside Sora, and I was like, wait, no, she wasn't inside Sora. She was inside Kairi. So she spent a lot of time inside Kairi's heart. And now that she's finally gotten her own physical form, I'm interested to see what she's going to do. Because she has a very interesting, and very broad power set. The ability to perceive, erase, and reconstruct different memories. That is so unique, and I'm interested to see what Nomura does with it in the future. So yeah, Namine, definitely a great inspiration. Let's see, Tifa. I'm just gonna casually slide Tifa and get out of the series, because she wasn't even in Kingdom Hearts 3. Neither was Cloud. So she did get out of the series. She showed up. I mean, I think we fought alongside her once, and she's talked to us like twice. Not much for Tifa. Not much for Tifa at all. Look at the bet. No, I'm not even gonna make that joke. I would. Once again, she's passable. She's just a character reliving her own tale, and that's cool. But if I wanted to go see Mulan do her thing, I'd go watch the original movie. Now let's see, Cloud. He was an antagonist for a while. He's passable. I wish we got a full. Well, obviously, I just wish we had a Sephiroth boss fight in Kingdom Hearts 3. It was basically tradition at the point you did for the first 2 games. Oh, it only happened 2 times. This means from tradition, pencil. I don't care. I wanted my Sephiroth boss fight. How hard would it have been to program? Huh? You gave me Dark Inferno. Who even cares? Where's my Sephiroth boss fight? You literally could have added him in the limit cut. He could have been the secret 14th member of Organization 13 for all I care. I wish we had more Sephiroth. Sephiroth would have been cool. Why am I talking about Sephiroth? I'm speaking on Cloud. Cloud, as a protagonist, he did very little when you think about it. He'll just salt around looking for Sephiroth in KH2, and in KH1 he was trying to kill you for the most part. So he's passable because I like his dynamic with Sephiroth, and that's it. There's not much else to praise when it comes to that young boy Cloud. Now, Squall, the Leon, the Dion of WoW. Why am I yawning? But looking at Leon, passable. Honestly, let me just be real. Passable. And passable. All these characters, I like their story in Radiant Garden. I wish we had more of them. Since they introduced us, the gummy ships, I feel like it would have been cool if you could find them in the different worlds doing research or whatever. For whatever reason, to improve Radiant Garden, just to go and train. Because seeing them in the Hero of Olympus world in the tournaments was cool, but I wanted some context to that. It would have been cool if these characters were constantly on the move or something like that. So the fact that they're locked to either Traverse Town or Hollow Bastion is kind of sad, and we get so little of them doing much of anything. That's why they're all just passable. Let me see. Scanning. I'm not even. Scanning. Which Roxas is this? That's supposed to be KH2 Roxas? Data Roxas? That's supposed to be Data Roxas? Maybe. Oh, they do have Diz here as a separate character. Didn't even notice that. Huh. I ain't addressing him, though, because he was a full-on antagonist. I don't want to hear it. Oh, but he wanted to help Riku at the end of Chain of Memory. I don't care. He wanted to use Riku at the end of Chain of Memories. Let me see. said the blind man. All right. I believe I've dodged the question enough. Is it time to address them? That's right. I believe it may... Where are they? Like, I am scanning, and I still can't find them. Are they not here? There's no way you didn't include that trio. Do you not even have Vanitas on this list? I just looked. I'm looking so hard. No wonder the organization list seems small. How you get all these worthless Disney characters and didn't get... What the heck? Bro! I'm shooketh. They actually just don't have them here. Wow. Well, I guess I'll talk about them when I talk about them. That's crazy. But, moving on. Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Well, Donald and Goofy. I'm putting them in great inspiration just because they've been around for so long. They've been around for so long. They're the reason that Sora got back up in the middle of the fight against Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts 3. They've been together since Kingdom Hearts 1. I wish they got new outfits with time. I wish a lot of kids... Like, even Mickey got a different outfit. So I don't know why they didn't. I feel like that's the only time they got cheated. I found Goofy's death scene poignant when I first saw it. I knew it wasn't going to last, but, like, it was still poignant when it happened. And Donald's Zeta Flare, which literally one-shot Terra Xehanort, one of the strongest characters in the series. Ooh, that put him up. He would have been impassable if it wasn't for that Zeta Flare. Wow, that was a hype moment. That was a hype moment as a protagonist. That was good. That was very, very good. Now, I didn't want to do this, but the time has come. I hope that isn't too loud. But the time has come. Kairi. Kairi, what do you think more? Amor, why'd you do Kairi like that? But Pencil, in the DLC, in Remind, she got a few more cutscenes. She fought Xehanort alongside Sora. Yeah, that's cool. Here's the thing. When I tell you the disgust I felt when I initially played through Kingdom Hearts 3, when I was so ready, after so many games, after 17 years, was it 17, 16, 15, whatever. After so many years of Kairi just sitting in the series, Kairi having dummy potential as a character and as a fighter, because she was the only Princess of Heart that we had ever seen that could wield the Keyblade, literally wielding the purest light across the Kingdom Hearts multiverse. I was hyped. When the trailers dropped, and even at the end of 3D Dream Drop Distance, when the secret cutscene is Kairi pulling up, learning how to wield a Keyblade, I was hyped up. When we got the trailers that dropped of Kairi training with Lee, an experienced combatant, I was getting hyped. So when I tell you, I get to the Keyblade graveyard, and I see it. I see Xemnas just grab Kairi by the wrist and just keep it moving. Because Kairi was fodder. And I tell you, I was saddened. I was insulted. I was demeaned. I was disrespected. Nomura, how diggity dog dare you? Like, here's my thing. Every other trio, every last one of them, is very, very solid and very, very balanced. You look at the organization trio, each great characters in their own right. You look at the Birth by Sleep trio, the Wayfinder trio. That just isn't here for some... unless I'm absolutely blind, I just don't see them. And while it may be possible that I'm blind, despite the glasses that I'm wearing, I just don't see them anywhere. But you know who I do see? I see Bambi. Like, how did you miss that? How you going... I'm gonna expose the person who made this. How you gonna call it Kingdom Hearts All Characters Tier List Maker if you don't have one of the main trio? Whatever. But basically, Sora, no, basically, Ventus, Terra, Aqua, all great characters in their own right. Sora, no, let me go even further. Vanitas, Naminé, and Riku Replica, the Lost Trio, all great characters in their own right. But you have Sora and Riku, fantastic characters in their own right. Then you got Kairi. Like you just gonna drop the ball for the one. Like, here's the thing. It'd be one thing, and this was like a problem with all the females in Kingdom Hearts. Almost like My Hero Academia. But this isn't. Aqua is legendary. Aqua's the best of her trio, hands down. Xion is fantastic. She's the second best of her trio, hands down. Naminé is fantastic. Best of her trio, hands down. So what was Kairi's excuse? Here, let me knock on desk. Nomura, what was your excuse for fumbling the ball so hard? Like, you tried to make up for it in Remind, but that shouldn't have happened in the first place. If you were going to make it, that Kairi had to die for the Keyblade to be made, whatever. Let her go out in a blazing glory from rip. It shouldn't be this post extra, here, come pay for this. You actually get to see Kairi do something before she gets slashed. It should be off rip. You let her train in a timeless realm for who knows how many years. Why did she come out so fodder? Why? For what reason? You could have done so much with a character like her. Give her unique powers. Every single member of her trio, except for her, has unique stats and abilities. Riku is mainly a darkness wielder, except he's a master of it, and he doesn't feel the negative effects of it anymore. That's crazy. Sora is a thief. Like, literally steals the styles of all his opponents, has drive transformations, and then has his clothing transformation, his Keyblade transformations. That was mythic, legendary, great. What does Kairi have? Nothing. And you started it just a little bit in Remind, where you gave her all those light abilities in the floor. But, like, you gave her a pure heart. Like, no darkness at all. Let her be the absolute antithesis to something like Vanitas. Let her have her own little creations. Let her go off, go crazy. No more, you make the rules. And trust me, no one would have been mad if Kairi still lost to Xemnas. No one would have been mad if Kairi still lost to Xehanort. But the thing is, initially, you didn't even give us a fight. And then when you gave us a fight, it was worthless, because it was just a stalling measure. And while it's okay to have certain fights as stalling measures, I feel like that initial impact, that initial sucker punch that was the original Kingdom Hearts 3, and Kairi just not doing anything, despite the hype, Lee did more than Kairi. That's crazy. At least Lee fought back in the initial Kingdom Hearts 3. Sure, he got his Keyblade shattered and Xemnas worked him. But he at least fought some... Man, Kairi's just disappointing. Now, no, I'm making a video on Kairi. Why am I going so in depth? But that's it about me tackling Kairi. Get her out of the series unless you want to improve her. No more. Please, improve her. You can do it. You've done it. Like, you have no excuse. When I make a video talking about Horikoshi and his issues with writing women. Actually, no, he's done it before in another series, but he hasn't done it in My Hero Academia that well yet. So I can give him a pass because he hasn't done it before. But no, Nomura, you made Aqua, you made Naminé, you made Shion, you made Larxene. You have no excuse. So I'm gonna need you to step up your game in Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm gonna need you to step up your game in Melody of Memory. I'm gonna need you to step up your game in every single time when it refers to Kairi, because I want it. I want 4 bomb trios. We got 3. The Lost Trio, pretty bomb. We got the Wayfinder Trio, pretty bomb. We got the Orb Trio, pretty bomb. I'm gonna just need you to step it up when talking about our main trio. You got 2 fire. You got 2 bangers. If this was an album that had 12 songs on it, 11 of the songs slap. A-listers, top 15 songs easy. But you gotta pick up that one. Go remix it in your next game. Flip that around. Get a new beat, get a new melody, maybe change it up a little bit, and then you're gonna have a fire song. But till you do, you have something I always hit skip on. Something I don't want there because it actually detracts. But oh, sorry, didn't mean to reveal myself there on Kairi. But let me move on to that boy. Nah, you know I ain't tackling Sora yet. We gotta tackle that young boy Mickey. Get out of the series. Mickey for the representative of Disney. Like, you know, the big old ears. Man, I just don't like him after 0.2 Birth by Sleep, all because of him abandoning Aqua. That's it. If 0.2 didn't happen, he'd be passable. I'll be really honest. That's the only issue I have with Mickey as a protagonist. That's it. Other than that, he's fine. But man, that's a big old blemish on his character. Jeez, pardon me, I think there was a hiccup and a burp. And we're going to move on to that boy Riku. Now, Riku is a true hero. He was an antagonist for most of Kingdom Hearts 1 until he flipped that switch. And once Riku flipped that switch, he was the best of the best till Roxas came along. And then Shion came along and gave me a sadder story. So I may like Shion a little bit more. A little bit more. But, two cheeks and all, Riku is great. Riku is easy true hero. The things Riku's done in the story, from going out and slaying chunks of the organization in Chain of Memories, making sure that he can go revive Sora and protect Naminé while she's getting Sora's memories back. Fantastic. The way he fights Roxas and is forced to give into his inner darkness because he can't beat Roxas otherwise. Amazing. The way he comes back from it towards the end after leading Sora on throughout the entire game. Sora being this extra guiding hand that's slowly leading Sora throughout the narrative. That's fantastic. Moving on to how he's finally revealed to be himself again, and how the light of Kingdom Hearts that gets released by the explosion of the data machine sort of almost rebirths Riku in this new visage. He literally has new clothes and everything, though I don't know where he got them from. That's great. The way he's no longer clouded by darkness by the time of Dream Drop Distance, and everyone acknowledges it, that he's been through so much and has grown so much as a character that is no longer reliant on the darkness, but the darkness is more so reliant on him because Riku is the one in control. Fantastic. The way that even Ansem himself is like, you and me, we've been through a journey, and I mad respect you, bro. And they dap each other up at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. They hit the woo-wah, and then they keep it moving, bro. Riku's great. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm making a video on Riku. That's the thing. I plan my videos that I can't post daily if I don't plan ahead. But I plan my videos in advance, so I don't want to go too in-depth. I already tore into Kairi. That's another time or another day. Let's talk about Sora. Another person who's getting a video. Here's the thing. Chain of Memories Sora is best Sora, and I will hear no debate. 3D didn't happen. So that every time Sora was stupid in 3D Dream Drop Distance did not happen. I'm telling you, it was all of fake lie. All those cutscenes you see online, they're fake news. They're not real. Don't just ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. Trust me, I wish it didn't happen. But Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, he's just a fun character in Kingdom Hearts 1. He's so amazed by all the... He's really is the player. He's a kid going through a whole bunch of Disney worlds that all have these amazing worlds in them, and he's so happy to go see and learn and explore. That's just great to see. It's fun to see a character like that. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. We see a protagonist that's sort of broken, a little bit shattered, has these little pieces that are missing from him now because of what's happening with his memories, and the way that Sora gets so angry and realistic with these nobodies. It's so, wow, it's amazing to watch how angry he gets at once. The way he kills the look he gives Marluxia after he defeats him chalks up to as the best reaction in the entire series, hands down. The look of pure contempt and anger on Sora's face, but that satisfaction that you get because you beat the boss, and the satisfaction that Sora gets because he's beaten his tormentor that tormented him, Naminé, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and who knows how many more. The satisfaction on his face is so real and present, and it's amazing. KH2 Sora, he lightens up a lot because he loses all the memories of Chain of Memories. However, he's still more mature because he has Kingdom Hearts 1 behind him. He's more used to the world traveling stuff. He's a lot more, he's slightly more adult, but he still has his moments. He still has his, oh yeah, this is still like a 16-year-old. A very lighthearted 16-year-old at that. So it makes sense that he wouldn't know everything. But those moments where he's willing to break down. He literally got on his knees begging Saïx that just do as he asked for, just because, like, why was Saïx being so terrible? He was still able to see through Xemnas' lies about being a nobody. So many things were so great about Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts, I don't know why I paused so much. 3D didn't happen. Kingdom Hearts 3, so it's just more Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora, I'll be real. There's not much. And there's part of the more serious sacrificial edge by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes to Sora. And that's all I'm going to talk about. Sora, it's Sora. Easy true hero. And that's all for now. Nah, who you kidding? Now, let's see. I'm scanning one more time because I don't want to leave this place in case it had to be done. Haha! I bet this is the first time you've ever seen this happen. But yes, come to me. Please? Please work. No, get off my screen. Please. Yeah, baby. Yeah, babe. Hello? Please work. Yeah, babe. Okay, I just had to make sure. I thought they still weren't here. But if I'm being real with y'all, is this really all the key? It feels like there's so many more though. It's probably key. And if you're wondering where I put the foretellers, because I guess they tell us protagonists, they're all passable. That's it. They're all passable. We had so little time with them as characters. I can't say much of anything. But in terms of true hero, that's the sad thing. I want to make videos on the entire Wayfinder trio. I just don't have time. Not enough time. I don't have the days to allocate. If I had 3 more days in this month, you'll be getting videos on every single trio. I want to do a video on Xion so badly, and I will. That's the thing. I will do videos on all the characters I really want to talk about eventually. But I just like theming months. Like I for some reason it's KH November. Like I'm just in the mood to talk about Kingdom Hearts. So true what? True hero and great. Nah, I'll just say great. Not great inspiration. Because if I'm being real, yeah, this isn't all the Keyblade builders. I just thought about that. There's so many more Keyblade builders, but they're capping. Whatever. I'm just gonna put them. Aqua. No, I'm not talking about. I'm gonna go in ascending order. the whole reason Ventus is great and not higher is one because of the whole key mess. Two, because of how like he's childish, and this is so weird to say, but he's like, is it weird to say that he is more childish than Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora? I think that is weird to say, but it's kind of in my mind it's accurate. Ventus doesn't seem all that serious throughout Birth by Sleep until the very, very end. That's what picks him up so drastically for me. The fact that he realizes that, yeah, he's a necessary component to the Keyblade. He understands why his master wanted to kill him now, and the fact that he still goes and fights the Vidinis anyway, and then is willing to sacrifice himself in the end to save the world, and specifically to save his friends. Wow, that's good. I really, really like Ventus's... It's a very gradual growth. It's very, very slow. I'll admit he's very, very childish at the start of Birth by Sleep, but he grows up so fast because he just has to do it in time for the ending of Birth by Sleep. Great character, great all around. Terra. I think he's great. I used to be a Terra hater, I'll admit. But looking back on his narrative after Kingdom Hearts 3, I think his narrative is solid enough to make up for his stupidity. So he may be a bit dumb, but he does it all for the right reasons. And to be fair, none of it would have happened if Ericus had just respected the fact that Terra held the darkness back. When you think about it, Ericus died because of his own fault. Because he lied. Terra didn't give in to the darkness. He brandished some of it for a second, but he's just like, you know what? No, I'm not supposed to use that. So he didn't. And Ericus just let Xehanort get to him. So I can't blame Terra for that. That's like you're taking a test. No, I'm not going to steal Chari's analogy. That's like your dad walks up to you and tells both you and your sister, go mow the lawn. And you go mow the backyard while she mows the front yard. And then you both go back to your dad and say, the lawn is mowed. And then he looks at your cut and he's like, I don't like your cut, G. But then he slaps the back of your sister's head and is like, I like your cut, G. And then gives her $20 while you get nothing. Like, you both completed the thing. You just did it in a slightly different way. That's the thing. I feel bad for Terra in that sense. I feel bad that he was trapped in his own body. His heart was trapped within his own body with no way to control it as the Guardian for forever because of what happened to him, being taken over by Xehanort. The lingering will is extremely metal. And yeah, I think he's just great on that front. And Aqua? Did I talk about Aqua? How she's literally a true hero? Literally, like, I very jokingly use the phrase, this character did nothing wrong. X character did nothing wrong. But Aqua literally did nothing wrong. Like, she did everything for her friend. She literally sacrificed herself. Well, that technically ended up leading to the entire mess of the Heartless scandal with how she let Terranort back into the real world. But she literally fell to the realm of darkness for her friend because she cared that much. Aqua's a great character. That's really it for my Kingdom Hearts protagonist ranking. Let me go back. Like, these three true hero, and let me see if it'll come back to me. Yep, it's this one. That's like the full ranking. If I had to like slide certain characters where, I'd say Terra and Ven slide right in this gap between Laurium and Naminé. And I'd say Aqua slides right beneath Riku as protagonists. As full characters, y'all already know my opinions on this. Well, I'll admit they've shifted a little bit, but not enough for me to do a revamp of that entire video. Like, I would, but no, I feel like that was a fun video, so I want to keep that one there. But that's really it. That's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.